Every single day, we send information we believe is locked away forever. But what if that lock isn't really a lock at all? What if it's just a placeholder, waiting for a key that's being built as we speak? Today, we're going to dive into a hidden threat that could expose our most secure data.
I mean, really think about this for a second. What if your strongest lock, the encryption that's protecting your most valuable secrets, was actually already broken, and you just didn't know it yet? Because here's the unsettling reality. Your encrypted data, and I'm talking everything, government secrets, corporate IP, even your private messages, it's being collected. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now, on an absolutely massive scale.
It's all being funneled into what you could call the shadow archive. And believe me, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is a very real, very active operation happening as we speak.
So, who's actually doing this? Well, we're talking about state actors, governments with deep pockets and really long-term strategic goals. Just imagine an intelligence agency grabbing encrypted diplomatic cables, or a rival company snagging years of secret R&D. They're doing this by just siphoning off enormous amounts of internet traffic and sticking it all in these huge data archives. It's basically a digital time capsule of the world's secrets.
And this whole strategy actually has a name. It's a very patient, very deliberate, two-phase attack, and it's known as harvest now, decrypt later.
The idea behind it is almost deceptively simple. Harvest now, decrypt later means adversaries are grabbing and storing all this locked data today with the full intention of unlocking it all in the future, once they finally have a computer that's powerful enough to do it.
So it works in two simple steps. Step 1 is happening right now. Intercept and store. They capture your encrypted data and just hold on to it, maybe for years, maybe for decades. Then comes step 2, which is really just a waiting game. Await the quantum key. They're patiently biding their time until a machine exists that can finally crack all those codes.
So what is this key they're all waiting for? Well, that's where we get into what's being called the coming quantum key.
Okay, so right now, pretty much our entire digital world, your banking, secure messaging, all of it, is protected by encryption like RSA and ECC. The whole system is built on one simple assumption, that the math problems behind them are just way too hard for any normal computer to solve in a realistic time frame. But this key they're waiting for, a powerful quantum computer, it isn't just faster, it thinks differently. It can look at these specific problems and solve them with, frankly, ease, which would make all our current protection pretty much obsolete overnight.
Now, this isn't some abstract threat in the distant future. This whole problem has a deadline, and that brings us to maybe the most critical part of this entire explainer. Your data's expiration date.
This timeline really puts it all into perspective. So, today, right now, the harvest is going strong. Any data that needs to stay secret for a long, long time, think national security files, corporate trade secrets, even your own DNA information, it's being grabbed and put away. Then you look at 2026. A lot of experts think that's when the roadmaps for building this key will really mature, meaning the tech becomes a real possibility. And then, sometime after that, boom, all that data that's been sitting in an archive can be unlocked, all at once.
So here's the absolute bottom line. For any secret that you need to keep secret for more than, say, the next 5 or 10 years, the shelf life of your current protection has already expired. The vulnerability isn't some future problem, it's a now problem.
And when you realize that, you come to a pretty stark conclusion. This battle for our future privacy, it isn't coming. The battle is already here.
One of the sources we looked at for this just nails the urgency of the situation. It says that waiting for the first powerful quantum computer means you have already lost the battle for data privacy. And that's really the main takeaway from all of this. The true threat, the immediate danger, isn't some supercomputer that might exist years from now. The real, critical vulnerability is the data being harvested from all of us and stored away today. Which really just leaves us with one final question to think about. All those secrets you're so carefully encrypting today, who exactly is going to be reading them tomorrow?